We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just to boom this one away. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Hurts throwing right away. Dancing to his left. And his first look is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Trimmer. We got 3.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Smith catches left side. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hurts. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Steps away to his left. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it again with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Jackson going to change things up a bit. Now Jackson going to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Rashad Bateman on the touchdown throw from Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the... And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They go play action with Hurts.
Rolling to his right. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. He'll buy some time right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Now Lamar changing the look.
Mike 17, Mike 17. I got him.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Guilt trip is here.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 17. Mike 17. Watch the curve.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A first down carry for Henry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally hate big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
And they will take a knee here. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And they take a knee. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive at least. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stephens. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Steel City at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff, and that... for what could be a physical game.
Here we go. 19 Jackson. Two times. Hey, you got 3.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as they'll get this up close to the 30-yard line. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field. Things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
In motion left goes a tight end.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Fields now to throw.
Steps away.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Again, it's Henry. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Trying the right side with Mitchell. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Third and 5. Jackson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Meanwhile, Fields throw into the hands of Pickens. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a first down throw. Fields forced out to his left. Completes it to Austin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 2nd down, this is Harris, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs and goes to one of those.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one.
Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Fields. Got his man, it's Warren. He's got room to roam. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff for Warren.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd and 1 from the 2.
Running it, Washington. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Darnell Washington
In the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. They'll try and run it here, but he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Here's it. Hey. Mike 55.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down right there at the 29-yard line. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the 1st half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Lamar changing the play. Jackson on 1st down. Fighting, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Yeah, give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Jackson. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Give him 32 on the play.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you're
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So they get the flag for pass interference. Big call there on 4th down.
But it's the right call, and as much as I want to see them play through incidental contact, he's definitely there too early.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Henry. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because, to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now Washington. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Fields.
Rolling to his right.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Fields throw hauled in by Washington.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he will have the Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
They run again with Harris. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Here's 1st down. On the give, it's Warren. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw, Fields.
He finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Jackson.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Here we go. Green 19. That's not. Two times. 3 down, 3 down.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Here we go. We're good. Move 58. Move 58. Go.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now a high kick trying to pin them back. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
This is 1st and 10. One last shot for Jackson.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles.